Evening, very warm welcome indeed on this Thursday night. Thank you very much indeed for calling through. This is Peter Sandrovich with you on my home channel, which is my YouTube channel. It's a great pleasure to be with you, and it's wonderful for you to have you with me, that's for sure. I've got two very big bets in Ireland on Friday night, I can tell you. They are very powerful bets indeed. One of them runs at Dundalk, and it's extremely strong, and I won't hear of it getting beat. I'm very powerful behind that one, and I'll mark your card with that in just 1 second. Also, I've got a very big bet at Haydock Park in the afternoon session on a horse that I think it's got race conditions to suit and will take the world of beating. I really do. It's ridden by a jockey who rode a winner for us yesterday, American Flag, and I think he'll ride another winner tomorrow on Friday. Remember, the time to call this line and tune in is daily at the hour of 6 p.m. For the next day's racing. So Thursday night for Friday, Friday night for Saturday, etc, etc. And be sure to make a date with me on Friday night, not just because it's fish and chips night, and I'm certainly going to have some of those, but because I do have a very big bet, a double-digit bet for you. It's going to be a big one, 16 to 1 chance lined up for Saturday, and I aim to clear the board big time, and it's going to be absolutely massive. I'm leaning down here because I've got my nectar here, my dandelion and burdock, and I'm going to shake this because whenever I've shaken this in the past, I'm shaking up the winners big time, and I want to hit the jackpot on Friday, and I've shook the elixir of winners, dandelion and burdock. I've shook it, so let's see if we can fizz those bookmakers and give them some big time problems with these three bets. The other bet I've got for you runs at Listowel. I'm actually going to start with that one. I must apologise because I do like all three of these. I'm going to put them in singles, doubles and trebles. I do like all three. If you back that one today, Sir Alan over in Ireland, it did run an absolute storming race, finished a very close up third. I knew today was the day, 12 to 1 into 11 to 2. I knew they were going for a touch with it, and they did, but they can't always win, but it certainly tried, and was running on again towards the finish, and was unlucky really. Another half a furlong and he probably would have got back up. But there we go, winning bet overall. Still two bets to run tonight, and I wish you the best of luck with those. Nearly 1,200 calls. We're moving in the right direction. I'm looking to try and get 2,000 calls plus very shortly on the line. Remember, last Saturday on this channel, I did predict the winner and the second of the Air Silver Cup at 18 to 1 Dusky Lord, and the second horse Woven at 25 to 1, both backed in. I'm going to be going big time betting this Saturday. I say I'll be releasing it all to you on Friday night. I've got some big ammunition lined up, and I can't wait to try and have a real big multi-bet tomorrow at the bookie's expense. And let's see if we can't make Saturday even better than last week's when we now that 150 to 1 forecast. But I've not got a forecast on the line tomorrow, but I'm putting some big ammunition out. I'm going to have some explosive bets, and be sure to make a date with me at 6 p.m. I'll be doing everything in my power to make you win. Okay, so let's go to the 2:15 at Listowel, shall we? For a very interesting race. £100,000 of prize money on a Friday afternoon. That's what Ladbrokes Handicap Hurdle is at 2:15 at Listowel. And I've got a horse, I'm all over like a rash in this horse. I really am. It's the number 4 on your card. It's called My Mate Mozzie. My Mate and then Mozzie, M-O-Z-Z-I-E. Trained by Gavin Cromwell, who's a really shrewd operator. And last time up, on the 10th of September, it ran a storming race, went 4th of 23. That was at Leopardstown. And after that run, I put it in my tracker, my notepad, everything else. And I was just waiting for the right opportunity for it to run. That day, it was on the flat. And now it goes back over hurdles. And the race before was at hurdles when it ran 12th behind Tudor City at Galway. There was really big excuses for the horse that day. I'm not going into too many reasons about it. All I can tell you is for £100,000 in prize money, I think the handbrake's off big time, and I think that Gavin Cromwell has got a horse which could certainly win this and win it well. It's around about 8 to 1 in the early prices on the odds checker across the card, and they are paying first 5 on this event, and I honestly can't see this horse coming out of the 5. It's a real decent individual, and I think it's handicapped to win. It's not been overfaced at all by Cromwell. He's took his time with it, and I think that this 6-year-old, very, very unexposed type, has got all angles covered, and I'm going all in on it each way. Number 4, My Mate Mozzie. As you can tell from my vibrations of my voice, I'm very, very confident indeed, and I'll be very, very disappointed if it doesn't win. At the time before, I'll just tell you, it was wearing cheek pieces for the first time, and it didn't try, to try and work the Oracle. It didn't work nothing Oracle, and My Mate Mozzie, wasn't having none of it. So they took them off last time on the flat, and 4th of 23 was the result, and that day it went off 5-1 favourite. And now there's no headgear at all on My Mate Mozzie, and it's fit as a fiddle. It's fit as a fiddle. It's running end of July, beginning of September. It's ready, and for £100,000 in prize money, it is ready. And number 4, My Mate Mozzie, don't miss it each way. I'm all over that one. I could say like a rash, as they say. Right, second bet of the day. I've got one at Dundalk I'm going to give you in just one moment. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. I really appreciate that. I know it takes some trouble to sometimes press it, but if you could, it would be a big help. Let's go to Haydock Park for the 240. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I gave you a horse called American Flag, which won at 3-1. Doesn't days go by so quick, and it runs into another day so quickly, doesn't it? Now, Hector Crouch was the jockey who rode American Flag, and he rode an absolute blinding race. I knew they were going to change the way they worked on that one and went from the front. And he's riding a horse number 8 here. It's called Spycaster or Spaycaster, trained by Ralph Beckett. Now, this horse has got every inch of the trip it needs, 1 mile 6 furlongs. It ran over it last time up at Haydock, 4th of 14, behind a horse called Nathaniel Green. That was a really good run. It was running on strongly as well towards the end of that race. And the gallop of this race should be absolutely pitch perfect. And Beckett's put the blinkers on it for the first time just to keep the concentration. He's also put Crouch on board to replace Rosa Ryan, no disrespect to Rosa, and Rob Hornby has rode it previously numerous times. Crouch is riding on the crest of a wave. He's also rode a winner for us yesterday. I think he'll win on this. Number 8, Spaycaster. 10 runners go to post. 4-1 early doors, and that'll do me and that'll do you. Number 8, Spaycaster in the 240 at Haydock Park. Just before I give you the final bet of the day, and that one does run at the meeting at Dundalk, and I'm just going to get that ready for you. And it's on a horse I'm going win only, or win only all the way. I've got it as a bit of a handicap good thing. You're never quite sure, but I'm as sure as I can be that this is really handicapped to win and should make a mockery of this lot on Friday afternoon. So I'll give you that now, and then I'll be back at 6 o'clock where I'll be going gung-ho, gung-ho. I think that means pot on Saturday's action. So make a date with me at 6. So let's get the prices on early. Let's get on board. Let's have some singles, doubles and trebles and a lucky 15 on some real big ammunition across the water, across the cards, and give the bookmakers across the bows the old 1, 2, 3, 4. All coming tomorrow night at Tom Mick, 6 o'clock. The 5 o'clock at Dundalk, the one I'm talking about is ridden by Shane Foley. It's number 2. It's called Mehman. 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 I'm not going to go too much about this horse other than to say it's running off a mark of 65 in a 47 to 65 handicap, and it is potentially absolutely slunging. It's dropped £2 since its last run, which was a cracking run, but that was on the turf at Navan, 3rd of 20. Shane Foley got them out that day and rode it, and it was a very impressive run behind a horse called Ever Rock. That was on its handicap debut. It now runs in another handicap. Great bit of placing by the trainer, back on the all-weather, and I can't see anything stopping this. I really can't, and it really does look an absolute made-to-measure opportunity. The pace of the race is going to be lickety-split. They're going to go hell for leather, and over a 5 furlongs trip here. It's about 9-4, 2-1, but I can't see anything to stop this. Number 2, Mehman in the 5 o'clock at Dundalk. So 3 very confident selections. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed your company. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you as always. Let's get that 2,000 views a day. Let's keep viewing and viewing and viewing and backing winners, winners, winners. It's going to be a big end to the year. We've got the end of September. We've got all of October, all of November, all of December. Let's have a big Christmas. Let's have a big New Year. Let's have a big bash at the, down to the bookies. Down to the bookies. Come on, let's win.